welcome back to another video with Amber, and this one is how to add Kami to your courses. So here I am at my home page. What I'm going to do is come over here to the left side, click on settings. Sometimes when you click on that, it will just go back to the place you were before, so it might be at course details. So click on the apps tab. Filter by name, Kami, click on it. All right, we're not going to add the app yet because we don't have certain information that we need. Right here is a link to the installation instructions. We're going to right click, open this in a new tab because we have to do some copying and pasting. Click on it, and if you want any more help, you can read all this. But we're just going to come down here to generate the LTI key, hit generate, and it's going to give you your consumer key and your shared secret. So we'll come back. Actually, you can just copy that. Come back here, click add app, and then you can paste your consumer key here. Go back to this, copy your secret, come back and add that. Then make sure you click add app. Since I already have it, I'm just going to X out of here. Then we're going to go to assignments. Before we start adding assignments, I want to tell you guys something that I realized is my laptop is signed in under my Gmail account. So whatever I do here, it's automatically going to link to my Gmail Google Drive. So if we're in our classrooms, it will more than likely link to our school Google Drive, but when you're at home, you're stuck with whatever you're signed in on. I don't recommend signing out of this because it will unsync all your passwords. I did that and found out the hard way that it would not sync back and give me passwords that I'd already used. So do not do that. All right, so here we are in our assignments. This is where you're going to create all your assignments, and then you will link them to the modules. All right, so first thing you do, add assignment. Sometimes this whole thing won't show up, especially if it's your first time posting. It'll just be a little box with the name, and then it'll say more options, I think is what it says. So you click that and it opens up everything. All right, so we're going to do week 1 journal. I know that there's a lot of English teachers that do weekly journals, and so I wanted to show you how much easier it is to do it through Kami than it is through Google Docs. Here's where you're going to include your directions. You can tell them to use the text tool, so on and so forth, to use it. This is where you could tell them what size font to use, what color that you want them to use, whatever you want to do there. Then you can also put the due date there. That might be important so that when kids open it, they automatically see that. All right, so I'm making mine 50 points. When you first do an assignment, it'll probably be on no submission. So you do the arrow down tool. This is under submission type, to the external tool, and then hit find. And here's where you're going to click your Kami Google Drive assignment. Not Google Drive, but Kami. And it'll link to your Google Drive or PDFs, your recents, or you can upload from your computer. So I have some recents because I've been playing around with this and I messed up several times. So we're going to hit week 1 journal. Some files take longer than others. All right, then make sure you hit select, and that's where the URL will show up. Since this is a journal entry for all 5 days, I'm going to make this have 5 allowed attempts, only because some kids will submit before the week is over, and I'll show you that once we get to the assignment in Kami. All right, then I'm going to save and publish. You can hit save, but then you have to just go back and publish it anyway. If you don't want them published right away, say you're doing a month's worth of lesson plans and you don't want them published, then you can publish them later. All right, so this is how Kami shows up with the entire document that I just created. All right, so when we go to text to speech, if you click on it and press play, it's just going to read the whole thing. I didn't put a period after prompt, and so it's not going to pause. We'll listen.
Directions. Type a paragraph for each prompt. Monday. If you could go anywhere on vacation, where would you go and why? Tuesday.
So you'll notice our text-to-speech will not distinguish if there's not punctuation there. When you make a video for your students, like a welcome video, this is how you navigate Canvas, this is how you complete assignments, turn assignments in. You can teach them to highlight.
Directions. Type a paragraph for each prompt.
And then the text-to-speech will only read what they highlight. All right, so now for the actual discussion part of it, you'll notice mine's at 18. I think 18 is a pretty good font size, and then they have the different colors. If you want them to use a specific color, I would specify that in your directions. Obviously, you don't want them using white. I wouldn't recommend yellow, or the orange might be more difficult for teachers to read. So I do like the red because it distinguishes between the journal prompt and their answer. So if could go anywhere on vacation, I would go to Costa Rica. There we go. I'm going to highlight this and see if text-to-speech works.
If I could go anywhere on vacation, I would go to Costa Rica.
So, and that's another cool thing. You can also teach them to highlight, use text-to-speech, what they write, and then they can hear what they said. And then they can go back and make changes if they would like. Okay, so this is Monday. I'm going to teach kids to click this save button. Now here's the submit button. You don't want them to submit on Monday unless you want them to submit every day. That's, up to you. Or you teach them to not submit their journals until Friday. So what they'll do is they'll just come here to save now. And then they can open up this assignment later and this will already be here. So if we go home and then go back to assignments, and I click on it, and I tried this as a student. There it is. So then they can just come here to Tuesday and input their stuff, and then on Friday they click here and they submit it. So this is really, I think, much easier than opening a Google Doc every time. Now for teachers, when you are ready to grade this assignment, you come to SpeedGrader. Oh, I didn't submit. Let's submit it really quick. Let's go back to week 1 journal. And let's submit mine so I can show you. All right, SpeedGrader. And now you have every student's submission right here where you can input the grade. So you're going to go through them, read them. You can add a comment. Maybe if you want them to fix some things and resubmit, again, they have 5 times, and then you can submit that comment. And then up here are the arrow keys to go to each one. And you'll notice I have some people who are signed in to my class. All right, and so that is one assignment. That's the journal. Now let's say we want to do a math assignment. And we know that in math you need to show your work. So that makes it a little bit more difficult with doing things digitally. But I am going to show you math teachers out there something that is super helpful. All right, so I'm again here at my external tool, find Kami, and let's see, I have one-step equations right here. These seem to take a little bit longer, the math ones, each time I've done it. All right, and then press select. I don't want them to be able to submit it 5 times, so maybe 2 times, that way they can do some corrections. All right, and this is going to open. For any math assignment that you give, my recommendation is that you add another page. And again, when you make a video, you can show students this. And then you are going to have them take pictures of their work that they do on a separate piece of paper, and then you'll have them add that image. The only downfall to this is that it has to be either on their computer or in their drive. So if they take it on their phone, they do have to import it into one of those platforms. But we'll just, we'll add a picture here, and then I'll show you. So they just drop it, drag it, whoops, click, and now when they're back up at the assignment, after they do their work, they can just come here to the text box and input their answers. And bam. So you have their answers and you have the work that they've already shown. So let's go submit so that we can see on SpeedGrader how this works. So you can see how that image shows up. So we'll go to SpeedGrader. And there is the assignment and there's the picture. So you get to grade it that way. You can use images, docs, PDFs, anything that you want. Now, a lot of us use Teachers Pay Teachers. And so I want to show you what you're going to do if you are working on a MacBook. Then you're going to have to do Shift Command 3. Let me see if I can find anything that I have here. I don't think I do. All right, well, I will just show you with this. So say this was a Teachers Pay Teachers document, which it actually was. And then what I did, so I did Shift Command 3 and it does a screenshot. I open that up, and then Shift Command 4 gives me like this little snippet tool to do that. And now you have an image. And if you just download this, done, it will show up in your files. If you're working on a PC, you're going to go to your Windows search bar and type in snippet tool. And I'm not working on a PC, so I can't show you that, but it's just snippet tool, and then you can do the same thing. You do a screenshot and then snippet. All right, well, that is the end of this video. Please let me know if there's anything else that you want to see or learn how to do, and I'm happy to help you. Have a good day.